You can't create anything remarkable when you're swimming in an ocean of doubt. So I come from an American literature background. Weirdly enough, that's what I got my undergrad and graduate degree in. I know that's strange, right? Because of the work I do now. And I remember having these really interesting discussions about writers and depression and where they sort of were swimming in self-doubt. And we started really analyzing and studying the creative process. Interestingly enough, while lots of American writers, lots of writers in general, suffer from an enormous amount of doubt and depression, that's generally not when they're producing and they're most creative. I think that self-doubt that we feed becomes a monster. The more you feed it, the larger the beast. And what happens is you can't create quality work when you're swimming in self-doubt. Now, that sounds like, well, that's fantastic, freaking great. How the hell do I, get out of self-doubt? What do I do about that? Now, this is tricky stuff, right? Because we all struggle with this, but the key is, how do you stop doubting yourself? How do you start feeling confident? It's easy to intellectualize this and say, hey, I've got a plan. Why don't you go and be more confident? Freaking fantastic. That's just an absurd thing to say to people. So here's how I think you should make it actionable. I want you to go through and create a list of all the things that you're proud of, all the things you've accomplished in your life. You'd be surprised at things you've even forgotten about yourself. If you can't remember, ask your spouse, ask your friends, ask your mother, ask people who know how extraordinary you are. And they'll start telling you, hey, what about the fact that you've done this and this and this and this? Create this long, robust list of everything you've accomplished, whatever those things are. Maybe you've paid off a credit card. Maybe you got a promotion. Maybe you took care of your mother or your father. I don't know what you've done. Maybe you've gotten an article published, or, maybe you started a program at your kid's school. Think it expansively and robustly and create this amazing list of all you've done. When you start to look at that list, you start to mitigate self-doubt. You start to shrink that real estate where self-doubt can live. You can't create remarkable things. You can't be your greatest self when you're in an ocean of self-doubt. So this week, create a long, robust list of how remarkable you are and all the amazing things you've accomplished. Because if you've done all of those things, then you can do anything else you want to do as well.